You are listening to chartingwealth.com for Thursday, the 5th of October, 2017. We see everything up for the day from the S&P 500 to the Nasdaq 100 to 20-year bonds and gold. Let's first jump into the S&P, up again over the course of the day, 0.12%. The week is looking sweet as things are moving along. That very lax crossover that occurred this last Friday, the 29th of September, right at the end of the month, has continued to accelerate up nicely. And again, just amazing. We're going into the 6th week of up movement. As we look at the 2-day chart, what do we see going on? Well, that 2-day chart crossed over on a vertical crossover back on the 12th of September. It then leveled off and slung sideways for quite a while, all the way through the candle ending on the 28th. And then this last candle, the one ending on the 2nd of October and the one ending on the 4th, lots of continued up movement, looking quite beautiful. What's going on in that 4-hour chart? Just continuing to rock it up. Now, it will eventually, like everything does, level off, cross back over going down, and may cross over again going up, giving you another jump-in opportunity if this market continues to rock. What do we see going on the 4-hour chart? On the weekly chart for the Qs, I don't know where that came from. The Qs, what do we see? Well, it's still in a confirmed down move. We do have this so far this week, an up week, still negative on the derivative oscillator and still negative on the price percent oscillator as far as the weekly chart goes. Look at that 2-day chart. It's still negative, although it does appear to be getting closer to a crossing over going up. Don't have it yet. We'll just continue to watch. Still in a confirmed down move as far as the 2-day chart goes. So will it cross over? It may. If it does, of course, that'll take out any opportunity for a down play in the near future, most likely. That 4-hour chart still in a pullback. Is it going to top out, somewhere around 146 and roll back over going down? If it does, and the 2-day and the weekly are still in confirmed down moves, and this 4-hour chart crosses over in the same direction as the 2-day and the weekly, then of course you've got a jumping in point when that candle ends, the one that crosses over going down. So just keep that in mind. Don't jump in too soon on a good practice trade on the Qs. What do we see going on TLT? Well, it is going into its 4th week of strong down movement. We did, of course, have that weekly vertical crossover at the end of the last week on the 29th of September. And we see continued acceleration on the derivative oscillator and the price percent oscillator in down moves. We look at that 2-day chart. Again, it crossed over going down back on the 14th, and again, continually strong down movement, but for sort of a 4-day period where it leveled off, but then it started back up again in earnest on the 28th, the 2-day candle ending then, and then on the 2nd and the 4th of October. As we look at that 4-hour chart, what do we see? We see, of course, again, it looks like it's trying to bottom out somewhere around 124. Hasn't crossed over yet going up. Could, so keep an eye on that. And again, if that movement ends up being strong enough to start pulling things around, then of course be careful about that current down move that we had the weekly vertical crossover prepare us for. So let's continue to push through these charts. Keep an eye on all the charts all the time. And what do we see? The most up chart for the day is gold, 0.28%. Gold still appears to be trying to push for a weekly vertical crossover going down. If it continues where it is right now by the end of the week, of course, we will call that, and we will notice everyone on the comprehensive review and forecast that we record on Fridays, put out over the weekend, along with the text messaging. If you want to be on that text service, it's easy to do. You just need to subscribe to chartingwealth.com, and the instructions are there for all the subscribers, and it's absolutely free. So we have what appears to be heading for a weekly vertical crossover going down on gold. Let's check out what's going on the 2-day chart. Again, strong down movement. 1, 2, 3, 6 connected. I mean, that is just a beautiful trend line. You rarely see trend lines that connect that many candles amazing. Continue strongly going down. Now let's look at that 4-hour chart and see what we see in gold. It does appear to be bottoming. Gold for the last 2.5 days or so has been hitting somewhere around the 120 mark. Now remember what it did for 1, 2, 3, almost through 2.5 days also. It hit somewhere, bottomed out somewhere around the 120, what is that, 122 mark, and then slid sideways and then dropped again. Is gold going to do what it did back around the 25th and 26th where it touched the red signal line and then dropped again? Could. Don't really know yet. We're just going to continue to watch. Remember how important this 4-hour chart is. Typically when that 4-hour chart goes in a direction, the market moves in that direction. For some reason in gold, the 4-hour can be your total trading chart most all of the time. The only time we have trouble is when it starts slipping sideways and gets weird. Why? Because the MACD and the price percent oscillator, which are very, very similar, got a good training at the website on them and why we use the price percent oscillator rather than the MACD. But what we see happening is it is not good in a market that is not trending. It just, the oscillator, there's no oscillation. So it doesn't give us really strong readings at that point. But where you've got a surging market up and down, beautiful, which we continue to see. And for some reason, this 4-hour chart, just like on the S&P 500, how prescient that quarterly chart is for long-term trading, this 4-hour chart is just a beautiful chart for the average trading, whether it's on sort of a, and again, latest move going on close to a month of down movement. Just gorgeous. Anyway, that's where we are as we end the day on Wednesday as we go into Thursday, the 5th of October. We'll always love to hear from you. Hope that you enjoyed that great training that we posted for all of our subscribers for the latest close of the quarterly candle. That happened at the end of September. We posted that for you a couple of days ago. Hope you all got it. If you did not see it, please go back and check on your emails earlier in the week. We did post the link to the training there. Wanted to make sure that all of our subscribers had it. If you are not a subscriber and want to receive it, we want you to go ahead and subscribe, and we will repost that training probably on, let's do it next Tuesday, so that it gives everybody plenty of time to make sure that they get prepared for it and see it coming. And I believe that's when we posted it this last week. So we'll post it again this next week on Tuesday. God bless. All the best, my friends, from the entire team here at chartingwealth.com.